Hey guys, I hope you are all well and had a nice stress test actually. That was very sort of came as a little bit of a surprise. I had to cancel a couple of plans in order to play. But yeah, I'm sure everybody can forgive me for doing that. But regardless, I'm here in structured PvP. I thought this stress test I'll jump into structured PvP because my thief that I leveled up from the last beta weekend got stuck in the Hunger Games, I'm guessing anyway, but I couldn't log on to it. It was just crashing when I selected him, so that was very disappointing. So I had to make a new level 1 thief. So I just thought, meh, I'm gonna jump into some what you call it, some structured PvP. And as you can see here, I have been checking out my traits and just showing you my skills and stuff. But the build will be in the link in the description below, and there'll be a link there for you to follow, so you can go to the build. But I just wanted to show you my games that I had because I was doing surprisingly well. Now I am no MLG pro player of awesome blossomeness, but I'm looking to get good at structured PvP, and I want to take you guys on a journey with me with my PvP newbiness. So I want to become from the rubbishy sort of average player to the sort of, you know, above average player. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing on my channel. Hope you're all really excited. Oh my days, we're bringing new things to the internet world. It is going to be amazing. But yeah, I sort of ran a little bit of a sort of poison condition damage build. Now, a lot of people were sort of suggesting the short bow for the thief. I never really used the short bow before because I thought its greatest ability was the number 5 skill, which when you shoot it, you teleport to the area, and I thought that was amazing. But that was the only skill I really liked, so I just switched back to double dagger. And what did I have before? I had double dagger and sword and dagger before, and that was an amazing build. That was like in the second beta weekend or something. But in this one, I just went for the standard. I asked on Twitter, you know, send me some builds that I can use, and someone sent me one. I used it, and I sort of modified it a bit, you know, feeling all pro, modifying my builds and whatnot. And I ended up using the short bow and a double dagger with the venom skill, which your next 5 attacks apply venom. There's a trap skill to number 8, which sort of locks them into place and applies poison. Your number 9 skill is the shadow step, and you shadow step towards your foe, and it has a passive of regenerating your initiative every 2 seconds. And my elite skill was originally what was it now? It was originally the Basilisk Venom, but I hated that, so I moved back to the Thieves Guild, which is just ridiculously overpowered. But here we go. You sort of had a little taste of the build there as I waffled on over it. But you can sort of see how well it is, and this is in a proper game, so this is going to be a full game of a Battle of Kylo, and to be honest, I'm going to say it from the bat, we dominate this team. I was literally playing with really good FPS, so I wanted to just practice my PvP and get good, so I didn't really want to turn on fraps, because it lowers your FPS by a crazy amount. It's so annoying. But I thought, hey, I want to show you guys a game because I was doing surprisingly well over this stress test, so I wanted to show it off, basically. I wanted to show off my games. But in this one, our team just dominated the other team. You'll see me sort of spamming my, well, not spamming, but I pull up the scoreboard a couple of times to make sure that we're not outnumbered them. But it's a pretty even match, so we was just good. We was just super pro, as Matt Visual might say. But yeah, I'm going to sort of talk over sort of the way my build works. Now, at the moment, it's not really like a glass cannon-y build. It's not one that's going to shove a load of damage in people's faces. But the way I've done it is so that basically it's really evasive. Like, I hardly ever die. Like, if I die, I've just done something wrong, or I've just got zerged by 5 people. There was one incident where I took on 2 people. It was literally a game where it was just 2-on-1. There was only 3 people in the game. It was me versus 2 other people, and they both came at me, and I just killed them both simply through putting down a poison trap. Now, as you can see here, I start off by putting down the cloud of poison. And then I try to shadow step towards them to put in bleeding, because this is basically where my main damage comes from, because it's a very condition damage build. If you look at the actual build in the link, it's basically focused on condition damage, so you can see all the ticks. Now the poison usually ticks for around 200 each, and the bleeds tick for around 150, so it's constantly ticking, and then you can just use your auto attacks and your evasive skills to make sure you don't get hit, and that you're basically just constantly applying damage to the opponents. And as you'll see it in in a couple of fights that I have throughout this gameplay, and it works ridiculously well, and I had a lot of fun with it. And obviously the number 8 build, which is the trap, it stops people from coming towards you. So you the short bow, the number 3 ability, a lot of you PvPers out there would know about the short bow, and you could spam your number 3 and it basically evades you backwards. So you hit number 3, you do this like crazy backwards shot where you just do a backflip backwards and you evade the shot. And then you could do your actual dodge backwards, and then do the number 3 again, your actual dodge again, and next thing you know, you're half the map away from your opponent, and it's basically just insane kiting. And here before in the last media weekend, me and I forgot who I was with actually, it might have been Psycho Power Ranger or somebody, or Tube Elephant, but we actually managed to get up onto the opponent's main base, and it was hilarious because obviously you're not supposed to be able to do that. But this fight actually is quite interesting. I thought he was a thief originally, but then I was like, holy crap, what the hell is this big blue thing? So it sort of took me by a bit surprise. As I said, I'm not like MRG pro at PvP, so it took me a little bit by surprise. So it put me off my game, because usually what I do is I kite them around with my bow as long as possible, and when they sort of wise up to it, I switch to my daggers and sort of jump in on them. So I'm constantly being aggressive and not sort of fading away from them. But in this, I switched to my daggers a little bit too early, and here you can see me doing that number 3 trick and just getting the hell out of dodge. And actually what happens now is he's still following me, and I have the sense that he is, so I turn around, I go invisible and put down the poison cloud again, and this is where I'm going to kite him around. And my Asura actually does something cool. So he like jumped off the stairs and jumped back up the stairs. That's why the dodging and stuff in this game is so awesome, because on any other game you wouldn't be able to just dodge down, like do some backflips, like some crazy ninja movie or something, down the stairs like that. Sort of only in Guild Wars 2. But I do fall down here, but as a lot of the times with this build, because obviously you only filmed this game really, but a lot of times with this build this happens, because of all your poisons and your bleeds and stuff, you just randomly rally, probably because someone else has killed someone somewhere where you had a poison on them, because I think it's either my traits or my symbols that I have on my armor, but something allows, I've basically got a couple of extra abilities on my armor and on my weapons and in my traits that make the poison damage last a lot longer. So the poison damage lasts for a while, so it's constantly ticking 200, and obviously it's really easy to reapply the poison, because the area of effect damage from the short bow, the actual poison, it's really easy to hit people with it. Now I don't use the smart cast because I'm used to not using smart cast, so I tried it for a bit, but I was just failing at everything. So I went back to normal cast, and it's just a lot easier for me to aim and stuff. But as I said, hopefully I'll get better. In this video, I don't think I use my my ultimate skill all that much, because this is like halfway through the stress test. Towards the end, I just got ridiculously good with this build, you know, blowing my own trumpet here. But yeah, I was doing really well. I mean, I could take down support guardians, I could take down support necromancers. And if you don't know what I'm talking about by saying that, they're built not to die, pretty much. So necromancers, they've got their lich form or whatever it is, so that they can they have an extra health bar. And I was just taking these guys down like crazy because they couldn't catch me, and obviously their life is just ticking away like anyone's business. It's just ticking away like crazy. But yeah, if I use my elite skill, the Thieves Guild, whilst putting the poisons on them, using my auto attacks, using my bleeds and stuff, the amount of damage that it does, pretty much I'm confident that I'll be able to beat anybody 1v1 just using that the elite skill. That's when it's up, that is. So I think I used it here actually. This part I didn't realise that these binds, so if you ever get trapped by these binds, you have to destroy them. Because I was just waiting for them to disappear, but you actually have to destroy them to get them off you, which was really just insanely annoying. And yeah, I did not like that at all. But I use my Thieves Guild, and what a good trick to do is, because obviously you want to be really aggressive with your opponents and to try to put them off their game, like this guy did to me earlier on, like I was saying, where I thought he was a thief and he just completely put me off my game and ended up just killing me. But you want to be really aggressive, so when you hit your Thieves Guild ability, it gives you 2 other characters, like fake characters, kind of like the Mesmer, And you can play with them a lot with that. So usually I use it when I'm about half HP. I use my Fuse skill to just give me that extra damage boost and give me that extra protection. And then I hit my heal, and obviously my heal makes me go invisible, so my opponents don't know which one I am. And obviously I'm invisible, so they start attacking another one. And if they blow cooldowns on the fake characters, if you like, then that's all good for me, and you sort of get to learn how your character how the other character plays and what abilities he's using, so it makes you easily be able to pick up what abilities to dodge and what have you. Another thing with this is that I thought that the poison cloud, you can shoot through it, and the arrow that shoots through it will turn into poison. So a lot of the times I was just putting the poison cloud in front of me and just shooting it, but it wasn't actually. Sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. It was really weird. But as you can see, we won that one really easily. So this game was a little bit closer, and it sort of started halfway through the game in this. So I did a couple of good plays beforehand. So I just thought, hey, I'm gonna fraps this again, show off a little bit. But but yeah, I just thought, ayo, why not? And the new PvP map, by the way, it's good. But I'm not a fan. I prefer these ones. So I was trying to fit my way into these new maps, if you like. But another thing that you probably noticed that I wasn't doing a lot is stealing. I wasn't using my steal ability, which shadow steps you to the target, and I have the trait which dazes them after you steal. So I do sort of pick. I think I might do it a couple of times in this. Sometimes I just use a steal just to daze them when they're about to do a big attack. For example, the warriors, if they're doing their balls charge at me, waiting to do the 100 blades attack, which it's just overpowered at the moment in my personal opinion. But it's kind of like the warriors glass cannon build. They do this balls charge ability, and then they do 100 blades, and then it does ridiculous amounts of damage. You pretty much take off your whole health bar. But I was just doing the steal ability to daze them, and as you can see, my sexy bow here, yeah, I got that bow out of. I was trying to use the Mystic Forge. If any of you know how to use a Mystic Forge, just tell me in the comments, because I was trying to use it, but it wasn't working. I was pretty sure I was using it correctly, but who knows? Who knows? And I've gone off on a tangent here, and I have no idea what I was saying before. But hey ho. Another trait I got was the dodging. You use the caltrops when you dodge. I never really liked that one before, but it's actually really useful. It just slows down your opponent when you're trying to run away from them. And of course, with the short bow number 3 ability, it just helps even more. But as you can see here, this is sort of an example of the damage. If you just look at the damage numbers, it's like just ticking, like in the background you've got ticking 200 150s, and then your actual shots from the short bow do like 400 damage. So pretty much it's just a really good overall build. And here I am with both the buffs from Spania and Chieftain, and I'm just rocking it up, waiting to kill somebody. And I'm just thinking, and I don't think these buffs last long enough, to be honest. And here we go, a one-on-one. Can I do it? As you can see, I've popped my ultimate here. So from what I said before, hopefully I come across this fight. But this guy's a guardian. I've got another teammate helping me out. I remember. No. He's on my team. I was fighting a necromancer before. It was off camera. I don't even know what game it was in, and he had the similar Zergfest build. So he had loads of his pets out, and it just basically about 4 or 5 pets out and just kill me. It might be in this game. I can't quite tell who's got those pets, but I had a 1v1 with him. And literally I just put my poison cloud down and it hit all of his pets. And obviously the Feast number 1 ability, the arrow actually bounces between a couple of targets. So I was hitting his pets, and pretty much it just burnt his pets to bits. And after that he just had no idea what to do. And I just targeted him, a shadow step to him, put a little bit of bleed on him, and oh my days, you had to see it to believe it. It was awesome. It was, you know, if you were a PvP, if you were like Team Dignitas, or like, I don't even know, some epic pro team that's good at multiplayer games, okay, then yeah, you just sign me up immediately, because I was doing so good. But this build was basically just a really good one. I had a lot of fun with it. I didn't really know how to sort of commentate over this video, so I just thought, hey ho, I'm just going to turn it on and talk about everything that I thought was good about it. And but I'm hoping to do a little bit more commentary videos, kind of like my Guardian one. As you can see here, it literally takes so many people to try and kill me. That guy actually locked me down, which was really smart of him, so I couldn't invis away, or I couldn't do anything. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. As I said, I'm going to try to do more sort of commentary videos, like actual shoutcast commentary. This one was a bit off the fly off the wall, because I never really knew what to do with it. It's just me playing as my thief. So I hope you enjoyed. And guys, I will see you all next time. For those of you who are still interested and who are still listening, if you've made it this far, I just want to add an extra bit on the end, so you just watch a black screen. But the Heart Seeker, with the double daggers for the thief, is pretty much the main damage in this whole build. So I never mentioned it throughout the whole video, which is a bit stupid. But yeah, the Heart Seeker ability, basically, that's where your main damage comes from. So it does like 2k, 3k crits, and basically when you'll get your opponent down below 35%, I think it is, basically when they're on lowish health, you spam your number 2 ability, and oh my days, you just watch them burn. When they got their poisons, the bleeds, you're doing 2k, 3k hits, they cannot take it at all. So yeah, just to add that onto the end for those of you who are interested. But yeah, this time guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you